You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. A couple of months ago, I looked back at just some of the problems that seem to present themselves to us FIFA career mode players and asked why these issues haven't been resolved. Well, fast forward to now, and these problems still exist, of course. But on top of that, there are many more issues that we are faced with throughout our saves that just won't go away, regardless of how many times we have to tell EA Sports to sort them out. Whether it's straightforward bugs or a complete mess up of realism and decision making on EA's part, FIFA Career Mode seems to have it covered. With that in mind, in this video today, I'm going to explore 5 more of these problems that are really frustrating for all of the fans and need to be removed ASAP. As like always, if there are any bugs or issues that you feel I've left out of the list which you really want to see addressed, then make sure that you let me know in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. But without further ado, let's begin. Just a quick mention before we start to all of you that if you are yet to, go and check out my FIFA 19 Realistic Ajax Career Mode series. It has been really enjoyable to record and produce so far, and hopefully all of you guys will enjoy it. I'll leave a link in the description and a card somewhere in the video. With that being said, let me get into the problems. Remember that these are in no particular order. So the first issue I want to discuss is how you're unable to renew the contract of a player out on loan. Now this may seem like a minor issue, but let's say you've just started a new save with a team and they have a couple of players that are already out on loan with their contract about to expire at the end of the season. Maybe you want them here in the long term, but need them out on loan in the short term in order to continue their development. Well, unlucky my friend, because career mode doesn't accommodate for this most simple of situations. What you have to do in that moment is to recall the player from loan, renegotiate his deal and hope that terms will be agreed, then make him available for loan again. However, there is no guaranteeing that the player will actually get any offers before the transfer window ends. So then you'll have recalled him just to stagnate in the squad for the season. And yet, you've just given him a fresh new deal, more than likely worth a lot more money than the previous one. Even if you do get offers, it might not be for the right team, where you feel he'll get game time. Therefore, you'll have to reject. Next up is actually a player career mode issue that has just been getting me extremely frustrated in recent weeks, as I've been playing a save on player career mode. After searching about the issue on the likes of Reddit, I found out that other players are getting this major problem as well, and that is that even after requesting a transfer and having your request accepted, you will still receive no transfer offers from other clubs. It's actually so ridiculous that this is even a problem. How could you possibly mess this one up? Good player requests transfer, other clubs try to sign him. That's literally how it works at its most basic level. It's hardly rocket science, is it, EA? I've tried so many things to address this issue. I've saved before the transfer window starts and repeated the whole transfer window again after not receiving offers the first time. I've tried redrawing my transfer request and then submitting one again during the window. I've tried about 5 transfer windows now and yet still nothing. It has completely ruined the experience for me, and unless this issue is addressed, I can't see myself playing player career mode again for the rest of FIFA 19. And no EA, that doesn't mean that now I'll be moving on to Ultimate Team. Off. This is the most important one for me on the list. Could you please just sort this out? Moving on from player career and back to regular career mode now. The next issue that I'd like to discuss is how, since the addition of interactive transfer cutscenes in FIFA 18, they have removed the option for a future fee when loaning or selling a player. This is such a strange move to me. Why would that be the case when it was already an option in previous editions of career mode? In my opinion, either two things have happened. One, it was an active decision. Or two, they simply forgot to make this feature available when reworking transfer negotiations to create cutscenes. Judging by other than pure speculation, I get the feeling that it is actually the latter, simply because there is literally no reason whatsoever not to have included this option when negotiating a loan. How on earth does a multi-billion-dollar company simply forget to include such a big feature that was literally already a part of the game mode previously? And yes, it is a massive feature, because look how many clubs in the transfer market utilise this option. It's such a common way to do business for football clubs. Loans with either an option or an obligation to buy. But no, still nothing. I started a career mode save with AC Milan the other day, and this issue became a real problem almost immediately. Franck Kessié, who is a midfielder for Milan, is on a deal where he will be on loan for the first 2 years from Atalanta, and then Milan will make the transfer permanent at the end of the 2 years. But because of this issue, it isn't recognised by EA. Therefore, he is simply on loan at the start of the season, and he's set to go back at the end of year 1. As a result, you have either two options. You have to spend money to terminate his loan there and then, just to buy him back again immediately, costing you money that you could have otherwise spent on other targets, or you have to wait until the end of the season and buy him then for a whole lot more money than you would have at first, because he'll have grown in rating by then and they'll want more money as a result. It's just ridiculous that this is still a problem. Just address this issue, EA. Moving on from that, we have what is generally a more minor issue now, and that is how, if you're managing an international team, you can't change the squad numbers. This is all because it's done on the squad hub, which you, of course, can't access for an international team. Now you may think this is just a non-issue, but other than the fact that I want my striker to be number 9 and not my defensive midfielder, it's not the issue that is the problem. It's the fact that there was no reason for this to be changed in the first place. Back in the day, there used to be a separate tab for squad numbers which you could access, but for no reason other than making changes for the sake of it, EA relocated it into the new squad hub feature. And it's like, no one actually asked for this. Why are you changing features that don't need it? Just leave them alone. It's exactly like the transfer hub scenario. You can't just bid for a player when you see them on the global transfer network. Now you have to shortlist them and then go into the transfer hub to do it. The same with contract negotiations. Now they've been relocated into the squad hub rather than having its own tab. What is this nonsense? Just leave these things alone and address the issues that people actually care about and want to see changed. It just affects the experience of us players for no good reason. For the final issue on the list, I just desperately need to see a resolution to the issue where transfer negotiations are breaking down all of the time. I mean, it reaches such a silly level during my saves. Here is an example from my Road to Glory career mode save of this happening. Now I understand that plenty of transfers will fall through in the real football world. That's just the way it works, and I have no issue with that. But look at the picture. 5 different players reject a loan move on the same day. On the same day. This issue was constant though. I would get so many transfer and loan offers for players which I would accept, and then every single time the player would turn down the move. Every single time, without fail. It just makes me think to myself, how is this even an issue? What sort of bug is contained in the game for this to become a major factor and then not get addressed by EA? Could any of you guys please let me know if it is just me that has this problem, or if this is a factor for all career mode players? Because I'm just at a loss as to how 6 months plus into the game's cycle I'm still finding this to be a major issue for me in my saves. Well, that's just about it for this video, guys. Hopefully I didn't go into rant mode too much like I tend to in these sort of videos. All I want to see, like the rest of you career mode players out there, is fixes and activity from EA to make the game better and bug free. At the moment, we aren't even close to that. Like I said at the start of the video, make sure to let me know in the comment section if there are any bugs that you come across, and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter using the handle at Bromo018. The link is in the description as always. Make sure that you leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more regular gaming content from the likes of FIFA, PES and more. On that note, it's time to round it off there. I'm Bromo18, and I'll see you soon.